Okay, time to talk about giants. Today's story takes place in Sauk Rapids, Minnesota. So if you're from here, please comment below and tell me how terrible I just botched the name of your city. My friends, we are going to travel back nearly 150 years to the day to December 18th, 1868. When the local newspaper published this article stating a wonderful discovery, a skeleton from before Noah's flood was found and was the largest skeleton ever found. Make sure you guys pause to read. Now, in the Encyclopedia of Wit and Wisdom is basically word for word this article. So this is the exact article that is clipped for the book. There, the guys that were working alongside the river found a grave that was dug into solid granite and covered with a limestone, perfectly cut rock. The grave site was 12 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 3 feet deep, and had within it the skeletal remains of a giant. They described the skeleton of being petrified and extremely massive. The circumference of the skull was 31.5 inches around, was flat on top, kind of like how a gorilla's forehead would look, like a really long flat forehead. The femur was 26.25 inches, and the fibula was 25.5 inches. That would make this giant approximately 10 feet tall and 900 pounds. The bones alone weighed over 304 pounds. The other thing that was interesting was that this giant was missing all 4 fingers and its thumb on the left hand, and it was missing its left ankle. But other than that, the bones were in perfect condition. I also find it interesting that this story was recently brought up. In 2016, this article was published in the Sun Cloud Times. Literally, if you go to Google right now and you type in giant skeleton 1868, you'll find this whole entire story. Another thing I find super interesting is when I started researching where giant skeletons have been found, a lot of times it was Minnesota. It's a giant hotspot, literally. I tried to draw a star at every location in Minnesota that I read a story about a giant discovery, and I had stars across the entire state. Kind of want to visit now. There's a lot of speculation that this whole thing could just be a hoax because up and out of nowhere, the bones literally disappeared and nobody knows what happened to them. But what do you think? It does make you wonder.